Okay, hey Fulton. Hey Mir.
How are you? I got my F. How are you?
Good.
Can I share my screen?
Double to share now. Yep.
All right. Again, good morning, good afternoon. You know, that's how my day goes, Mike. I want to first thank you for CSU to provide us this grant. It was fantastic. It really helped us move some needles as far as our campus innovations goes. There's a product called called Titanium Engagement. Is for our student success, part of our student success process for figuring out how we can really help students on an early alert system. So here's some of the objectives. We will look at early innovation in an intervention process for our faculty, for our advisor, and our students. We want to make sure that the system is automated, so it doesn't require people to go and record something on a manual board. Does not impact the faculty workload, because every time you got an early alert system or early warning system, requires the faculty put something in the system. And is easier to access on a portal, and we can do some kind of a push notifications or be able to do able to let the data available on different means. And we can also export the data. It's easy to export data for faculty. So what we have done is we are on, as you know, most of you know, we are on Moodle 3.2, and we use our modal system to do that. So the goal is how do we really show engagement in the system? How do we really provide engagement using the Titanium itself? Okay, by doing that, we were looking at, as for every class, what was be measuring the activities of access in LMS. For example, if you went on a first semester, you download a syllabus, that's one click or one access. If you take a quiz, that was another. And we looked at all the access in the class, and we comparing them with the rest of the students. So your engagement in the activities of learning management system, Moodle, with respect to your groups in the class, in every course, every class. So, and then we used our data analysts to understand using the concept of standard deviation to see where are you standing with the rest of the class. So that's how the method of engagement was worked. And then what we have done is we have these done on a weekly basis. For example, on week 1, we look at all the clicks for week 1, and then we publish a week 1 early RS system for the faculty. And every week, these things are available, and we show an example of that moving forward. Okay, so this is an example of a dashboard. We have it available for students, we have it available for faculty, and we have it available for advisors. On a student basis, they just need their own classes. They only see it. And for example, on week 1, you can see on a week 1 on the screen, for a student name 1, on week 1, if you see a dot in there, that means there was no engagement. That means the student's name 1 did not, or a student 001 did not log in on a first week. Logged in on second week, but it was red. That means the only one engagement was very low comparing to others. Week 3, you can see it was blue, as you can see the scale on your right, where high engagement is blue, low engagement is red, and no engagement is white. So you can see how the student engagement goes. And then what we have done is this dashboard is available to them. We actually looked at a spring 2017 data to see if these dashboards can be correlated to anything. So when we look at the correlation to the grade, we noticed, if you look at the grades in the bottom, this gives you a kind of a assessment of our work. We can see that people that got D, F, and W, and you can see the people got C's and A's and B's, right? You can see this is a no activity. The people that got D, F, and W, their activities was a lot higher. No activity was higher than the people got C's and A's and B's. So that kind of, and a sweet spot, our data analysts look at it, was between 6 and 7 weeks. So we can actually now tell the advisor, if you look at the 6 and 7 week, and you can see a big gap of these, you can actually do an early intervention with your students moving forward. Okay. This is another study we did that shows the grade. relationship with DNF. You can see the letter grade and average standard scores. You can say if you're A and B's, you're above, and C's and D's and F's, you go bottom. So you can see the engagement between it's a correlation between the D, F, and C, D, and F, and A's and B's between the engagement in a class with respect to all the students. Okay, there's another one that we create a dashboard on that it shows. You can see that W's, you can see the first 8 weeks, you have 8 weeks of no activity. F's have 5 weeks of no activities. D's have, and you can see going back, and of course A's and B's and C's are there, but these F's and W, F and W's are pretty much, you can see the large no activity you can see in there. So it kind of gives us a correlation of that engagement can be used as a measurement for early intervention. Okay, that's it. I try to do it in a short period so I can be on time, Michael. I want to tell you this was a great experience. Our people really liked it. They liked the innovation process because it allows them to do something that normally they don't, and provide the funding to help us move this forward, move the needle forward with this. And we are looking at, we looked at the data for fall, we looked at data for spring of, we looked at the fall of 2017, and the data and the result was the same, yield the same. And we are promoting this in the spring heavily to the faculty and advisors and students to start using it. But we haven't moved the needle how much of the faculty are using it. Are we getting more advisors starting using it? Our rollout is going to be in fall of 2018 for the entire campus. It is available to our campus, but I'll talk about marketing goes.
Yeah, you've got you've had a soft launch, and then you're going to go with a full
yes
launch.
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay, well, thank you, Amir.
Thank you.